Okay, so RSMA4, incident escalation. Number one, initial response. This is incident handling. And normally what organizations have is some kind of tiered system. You have, that's why you hear different tiers, tier one, tier two, tier three. And in technical terms, on a help desk, you'll have a tier one. Like I know that all of us have had issues, whether it's in our house or if you at a job and you have an issue with your computer and you have to call in to the internet company or to your help desk and say, hey, my computer's not working. I don't have the rights to fix it. I'm at my job. I don't have the rights to fix it. You're talking to a tier one person, and that person walks you through some script. They know because they're going to be hit with basic fix actions. It's usually, okay, it's a network issue. Your NIC is acting up, reboot the system, right? But then sometimes it's not always a reboot fix. It's not always something you can just read off a script and fix it. So you got to take you to tier two because this is a harder problem than we thought. And tier two is way more technical. They're going to say, okay, I need you to open up let me have you open up this or that file. Okay, let me see you shut down this or that file. And then tier three might be they log into your system and they're going to fix it for you, or they replace your system entirely. So it's the same thing with incident response. There's tiers to this, and you might have to escalate the impact of the incident based off of what's the level of it. And it might, if you get somebody clicked on a link, I'll give you a specific example. Somebody clicks on a link and their system stops working, right? The first tier might be you contact the help desk and they're like, okay, this looks like what happened? Oh, you clicked on a link and now your system's not okay. Try this, try that. Didn't work. All right, we're going to escalate this. I think you have a virus issue. They contact cybersecurity. They come in, they take your computer in, they're looking at it, and turns out it's a virus that may have leaked to 3 other systems. And now they're looking at a whole network, and they're doing a scan to see if there's any kind of what's going on with the whole network. So they're escalating it. Just like that's something that you might have to have in your organization. And that's what incident escalation is all about. Incident response. Okay. Initiating incident recovery. This is RSMA5. Initiating incident recovery. And this goes into asset containment, evaluate impact, plan recovery, and execution. This is a very common practice for incident response. Everything that's labeled here, it's a very common breakdown of how this is all done. And we're going into incident analysis, RSAN. So investigate, document, preserve, estimate. You'll notice the same pattern going on here. It's always documentation. It's always, okay, let's figure out what's going on. Let's investigate what's going on. Let's document it. And another real big part of it is to keep those documents so that it will help you with future cases. Because a lot of times what will happen is the same pattern of incidents will happen over and over again. So it's really important to maintain the integrity of the incident, keep it, and then file it for later, because you can always come back to it and use it if it happens to happen again. RSAN3, root cause analysis. Now this is super huge, because if we can figure out why this pattern occurred, if it ever happens again, if we can get to the bottom of it, we might be able to fix it permanently. And that's why root cause analysis is really important. There's a sequence that'll explain what this is all about. It's event tracing how this thing happened in the first place, going all the way to the root. That's why I call it root cause analysis. Trace the chronological order of the incident related event. What happened step by step to figure out how this actually occurred. And you can get to the bottom of things by keep asking why. Why did this happen? You just keep asking that question and you'll get to the bottom of it. Asset identification, determining which system and data were affected. What was affected? Systems identification. What actually was affected? And this goes all the way back to the identify function. If we don't know what systems we have, how can we identify the assets that were affected? It's really, really important to have a baseline to figure out what was affected. Threat actor analysis, investigate the methods and motivations of the attacker. If there was an attacker, why did this happen? What was their motives? What are they just trying to stop us, or they're trying to pull out data and steal it and just embarrass us? What are they? What's the motives behind all of this? And does it even have a threat actor? Because sometimes it doesn't. What vulnerabilities did they use to actually exploit? How did they get in? If there was somebody in, what did they exploit? What was the weakness that made this all happen? So root cause analysis, you're going to have a chronological breakdown of everything that took place so you can figure out what happened, get the root cause. You're going to identify what was affected. You're going to, if there was threat actors, you're going to figure out why, what's their motive, what are they trying to do? And then what weakness did they exploit? This is going to get you to the root cause analysis of an incident. And let me see if I have any questions here. I think I'm gonna stop it here. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get into this.